Hi everybody, Martyn the Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying the bunny bone. It's a very simple but quite effective bonefish fly. Sort of suggestive of several of the sort of shrimpy prey species that you'll find in flats all over the world. As always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anyone that wants to support the channel, get access to the members only content, the monthly online fly tying meetings, and enter the giveaways. You can also subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified of the new videos. That's all appreciated. So I've got my hook, my vise. I'm using a Gamakatsu LS11 3H size 10. It's a black hook. It's basically the same as the SL11, just different finish. Slightly smaller. I've not been able to get SL11s any smaller than 8s, so this is the 10. But use your preferred hook. I like this fly to be kind of on the small side. And I've run on some Danvilles Flymaster Plus in fluorescent orange. And I'm attaching some bead chain eyes just in front of the hook point. And I'm getting them lashed in nice and tight. Got to come along the shank again. And then I'll do another set of figure eights. Tighten that up right around and that gets them really nice and solid. So the first thing I'm going to tie in is the antenna, and I'm just using a single strand of crystal flash. This is your plain pearl. You can use a dark one, that can be quite nice. Just suit yourself according to your colour scheme. You know, like peacock's good if you want it to be a bit more like an antenna, or black, or you can use like root beer. Most of the time I just stick with plain pearl. So I've folded that around the hook and then just tied it back, so I've got a strand on either side, and I'm going to make it, say, a hook length behind the bend and trim it at that. All I need now is some rabbit fur for the rest of the fly. I'm going to get a bunch, decent sized bunch. Well, say if I go like that, that's like on this zonker strip, it's just a standard width zonker. I've got a centimetre of hide worth of hair there. Right, I'll just cut that off. And I'll leave it on the hide at first just to get my measure. It's easier to handle the bunch. So what I'm looking for, I like off the back, I want like the distance roughly, it can be a wee bit long, like the tips, the dart tips can be a bit longer, I don't mind that. From the eye of the hook to the back of the eyes. And that's what's going to come out the back. So I'm just going to get my measure there. I'm going to cut that. If I do that, I can then tie this, just pinch these in right in front of the bead chain. That, I'll take my thread under, catch them there. I'm just going to tie back. Make sure, try to sort of flatten it so you get it sort of wrapped around the back a wee bit. I'll tidy that up. I've got another bunch about the same size. and this time I can just, we'll be taking it straight off the hide. And cut it close, you want the full length. And this is just like a sort of natural tan. You can use other colours, olives, the sort of chinchilla colour can be quite good. Just depends where you've got your fish to fly. Now, I'm going to offer this in on top. Just take a loose wrap just to get it in and make sure it's on top of the hook. And sort of spread it. You can tighten in. Then lift and bring the thread over the bead chain again, and I'll tie it there. I spin up my thread, take another wrap, and then I'm just going to sort of spiral forward in effect ribbing the rabbit fur. And if you get a wee bit like that sticking up, I don't know if you can even see that there, just ignore it, don't worry. Maybe you can catch it, but it's no the end of the world. Just trim the waist so it's well short of the hook eye. Just catch that in again. And when I'll come to the front, I'm just going to build a wee head, which is why I've used the orange thread. I just like the wee hot spot. And you could stop there, but I'm going to put a weed guard on. I always put a weed guard on. It's easy to take it off if you feel it's detrimental when you're fishing, although it never really is. Single strand of 16-pound hard nylon. Flatten the end, and I'll just catch this in on the top, and then get some wraps in behind it. When you're happy that it's standing up nice, just whip finish. And the fly's done. All that remains is a bit of varnish and to trim the bead guard. Simple tie. You can tie them in different weights. You can put a dumbbell eye on them. It's like if you need to get down quick, it's a good fly for that with a dumbbell, because the dressing's obviously very sparse, so there's not much resistance. It does get down, but just a wee suggestive shrimp pattern, well worth having if you're fishing bonefish, and I'm sure other fish will eat it as well. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. Tight lines, guys. Bye.